When you hear the word feminism, what comes to mind? Some of you might think man-hating, outspoken, in-your-face, or even lesbian, but more likely than not, few are aware of the actual dictionary definition of the word. By definition, feminism is the advocacy of political, social, and economic equality to men. In short, feminism is a synonym for gender equality. Since the late 18th century, women's rights have made significant leaps and bounds toward full equality, but there is still work to be done, even in the year 2016. Throughout this speech, I will discuss how women receive unequal treatment to men in the realm of education, in the workplace, and in the media. With this knowledge, I hope you will have a different perspective on the unpopular F word, feminism, because it impacts both men and women, not only in our country, but also around the entire world. Gender inequality is something that has been ingrained in us since we were little. Women receive unequal treatment in the realm of education, oftentimes without even realizing it. According to one of the most popular works of feminist philosophy, A Vindication of the Rights of Women by Mary Wollstonecraft in 1792, women are told from their infancy and taught by the example of their mothers that a little knowledge of human weakness, justly termed cunning, softness of temper, outward obedience, and a scrupulous attention to pure all kind of propriety will obtain for them the protection of man, and should they be beautiful, everything else is needless. From a young age, women are brought up to be meek and ladylike, but what does this even mean? Does this mean that we need to watch what we say, that we need to be beautiful, that we need to wait for our Prince Charming to come and save us? Why is the term ladylike not used in the same sentence as strong or independent, but instead is synonymous with genteel? Although it's not intentional, girls are brought up to believe that they are inferior and subservient from a very young age. As they grow up and attend school, they are indirectly discouraged from taking subjects that are considered to be boy subjects, such as math and science. In 2007, women earned about a third fewer bachelor's degrees in selected science and engineering fields than men did. I want you to close your eyes for a second and picture the highest level math class that you've taken. Were there many girls in the class? More likely than not, your answer to this question will be no. Does this come as a shock to you? Was this something that was surprising to you while you were in the class yourself? It's something that has taken place as long as school itself, and it is still an issue today. Perhaps the most startling statistic is the prevalence of unequal treatment in the workplace. Even in the year 2016, we still, as a nation, have a gender pay gap. According to the Council of Economic Advisors issue brief of April 2015, the median woman working full-time all year earned 78% of what the median man working full-time all year earned. Phrased differently, she earned 78 cents for every dollar he did. Although this gap generally narrowed between the 1970s and 1990s, it has largely stopped narrowing and has remained between 76 and 78 cents since 2001. Personally, when I first heard this statistic about a year ago, I was shocked. I assumed that blatant discrimination such as this was something of our nation's past, but I was wrong. Some people suggest that women choose these jobs with lower pay, but this is a biased statement in itself because it doesn't consider the women that choose occupations in places such as engineering with busy schedules or the men that choose family-oriented jobs. It could be because of the availability of jobs, as I briefly mentioned earlier, that are deemed for women, such as education and nursing, or for men, such as accounting or engineering. Not only do women receive a pay gap, but they also experience discrimination in the workplace on a regular basis. In fact, according to a journal article in Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences in 2012, in a randomized double-blind study, faculty participants rated the male applicant as significantly more competent and hireable than the identical female applicant. These participants also selected a higher starting salary and offered more career mentoring to the male applicant. Such discrimination can influence the classes that women take, the jobs that they choose, the likelihood of a promotion, and even the chances of staying in the job. As a woman near the end of her college career and about to go into the professional workforce, it's disheartening at best to know that I will be at more of a disadvantage, even if only to another man in the exact same circumstances. Finally, women face unequal treatment in the popular media. More often than not, women are over-sexualized in order to sell a product or just to gain an audience. It's present in all aspects of the media, but most commonly in advertising. In fact, according to Sex Roles, a Journal of Research of April 2008, On average, across magazines, 1 of 2 advertisements that featured women portrayed them as sex objects. This is dependent on posture, the amount of makeup they're wearing, the amount of skin that they're showing, their facial expression, camera angle, the list goes on. But it's become so popular in our society that we don't really even see it as raunchy anymore or surprising at all. It sets unrealistic standards and a dependency on outward appearance. On another note, women athletes in the media are severely underrecognized. According to Handbook of Sports and Media by Rainey and Bryant in 2006, an across-media comparison study, Eastman and Billings found that ESPN's Sports Center devoted a mere 4% of its coverage to women's sports, while CNN's Sports Tonight devoted only 6% of its coverage to women's sports. While there is progress being made in this area, women's sports are by no means equally represented in the media, despite having the same opportunities. With the popular media being so fundamental to our society today, it's unimaginable how misrepresented a single gender can be. As a nation, we have come a long way, but we still have a long way to go. Even in today's society, women receive unequal treatment to men in the realm of education, in the workplace, and in the media. I want to encourage you to take action. Get involved with organizations such as He for She, or simply educate yourselves on the matter. At the end of the day, feminism is not a scary word. It's not something that suggests superiority or man-hating. It simply suggests equality. Now tell me, is that not something we're standing behind? Thank you.